4.8 is a clean version of the engine. It's a good starting point. You don't probably want to go any earlier than that, and you don't really want to go any later than that. So that begs the question I'm sure you're asking, well, then why do you have 5 versions there? The reason I have 5 versions, when people produce game levels, depending upon the engine that you're using, if each of those engines for 13, 14, 15, and 18, each of them have features that 4.8 don't have. In fact, 4.15 has features 4.14 doesn't have. So if you produce a game level, let's say you're selling models that you did in a 4.15 game level, then it puts things in there that 4.14 doesn't see and doesn't know what to do with, and so it won't let you open it. So a lot of times I'm searching for models, or I'm searching for things like back up here. If I go back up momentarily to Marketplace, all right, and if I click on the Marketplace, and let's look at, for instance, the Barbarian Voice Pack. This probably is not a good choice. Let's look at Modular Loot Drops. This is the $120 one. When I click on it, it's going to come up and it's going to tell me that it's a supported engine of 4.18. That means I can't open it up in 4.8. So all those really cool models that you see there, coins and treasure chests and all kinds of little things that you can get, models that you'd be able to add into a level, crystals or whatever they happen to be, you're not going to be able to put them into a 4.8 game level that you're working in, because they contain things, more than likely textures, and materials that don't work in 4.8. So if you download a 4.18, you can't get it into 4.8. So the reason that I have that many engines up there is a way, it's long and it's involved and it's complicated, there is a way to get things out of 4.18 and put it into 4.8. It usually involves exporting the models out and then redoing all of the materials and textures as best as you can. Like I said, there are things that are in 4.18 that don't exist in 4.8, and if that's in a material, then you may not be able to accurately reproduce the material the way that it's supposed to be. But there are some things that you can use that maybe there's a particular animated material you really don't need, so you don't have to worry about that. But that's why I have all those engines there, so I can open up things that are kind of neat or kind of cool, and I can export them out for you to use in an earlier version that's easier on your computer. So that's why I have what I have. The section underneath that, and you can see it says add versions up here. If you click on that, you'll get a list. You can see 4.17, and you'll get a list of all of the ones that you want to choose from. You can go all the way back to 4.0, which I don't really recommend. That's why I went with 4.8, because it's kind of mid-range there and it works really well for you. So we'll look at that. Let me close that and get out of there. All right, my projects. These are the things that I have in a particular folder on my computer. When you install Unreal, it's going to look for a particular place, and every time you create a new game level, it's going to pop up in there. It's going to save it on your hard drive, in the C drive. And every time you come back to here, you're going to see those kinds of things. Down below that, you have something called the vault, which is going to be empty. But these are all of the things that I have either bought or downloaded for use in other things. Now, some of them are free, like photorealistic character. You'd think, oh, cool, I get to download a photorealistic character and I can do that. No, number one, it only works in, let me see if I can click on this. If I click on this, I think it's going to tell me I can only do it in 4.18, 15. I can go from 4.18 down to 4.15. So I can only open that thing up in one of those 4 versions of the engine. All right. And even if I thought, oh, cool, I get a complete photorealistic character. No, it's just a head, and it's just designed to show off the materials. That's really what it's about. It's about the materials and the textures that you can get for realistic skin and eyes. So that's really about all that thing is. But these are all of the things I've either bought or downloaded. Some of them are free. Some of them you can get as part of this package. I mean, every time you download an engine, you get some things for free anyway, I'm pretty sure. So you can get these, and then you can either create a project, like that one back over here, create a project. It would create a complete brand new level and put that in here, mostly because this is self-contained. This one up here, Algorithmic Gynoid, which is this robotic character, it's the same thing. It's going to create the project because that's really all it does. It doesn't really do anything else. when you see something that says like an animation starter pack, add to project, or the Forest Knoll set, add to project, Mixamo animation pack, add to project. Those are things that you can add to a specific game engine that you've got. Like if, maybe 4.8. I think this one, if I click on this one, it'll let me add it into any of those engines that I've already created. So it's kind of a universal thing that works really well on everything. It will actually add it into an existing project you already have. And we'll talk about where they are and how they're added and stuff like that in a later video when we actually start getting into the game engine. But I just kind of wanted to go through this main window here so you understand what it is. This is where you're going to go every time. Every time you double click on your Epic icon down here, it's going to launch this. This is the gateway to your particular game engine and to all of your particular levels. Okay, so if I were to click on, say, this one back over here, it's going to open up that level. If I click on this one, it's going to open up that level. If I don't want to use one of these, if I want to create a new one, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click this button over here, and I'm going to cover that in the next video. So when I return, that's what I will be talking about. All right, thanks.